Alrighty, so this deal ends very shortly. I'm making this video on December 3rd, and it ends on December 5th, but if you're looking for a Christmas gift for anyone looking to get into gaming, or you're looking for an upgrade that's going to last you a little while, actually quite a while, I would say, this computer actually doesn't seem too bad for its price. I wouldn't pay full price for this. I don't think it's worth it. I use pretty much the exact same specs. I use an i7-12700K and an RTX 3070 Ti and 16 gigabytes of RAM in my custom built PC that I use all the time. And then I would say that it's pretty good. There's not a single game that I can't run at over 60 frames. I use it with 240 hertz monitor, 1920 by 1080 myself. This should be able to run 4K, but with 8 gigabytes of VRAM with the RTX 3070, I would probably not push over 2K myself, but you can do whatever you want. And looking at the pictures, like the parts that come in this are actually pretty good. I'm not super stoked about the front of the case not having very much airflow other than that, but it seems clean. There's spots to add more fans. The weird thing is there's a couple pictures I can see where people already have fans up top and they look like a match. So I don't know if they were able to find the exact ones or what's up. So the one thing I was wondering was what is the 16 gigabytes of RAM and it's DDR4? Probably about 3200 speed. For Intel, honestly doesn't matter. I use 3600 with mine and it runs very, very nice. It's honestly really good. Like, it's got the high-end CPU, high-end GPU. I don't know why it's saying medium. Like, honestly, 32 gigabytes of RAM really doesn't improve FPS by very much. It's very small margins. And actually, sometimes more RAM can actually lower your performance. The cool thing about this processor is it has P cores and E cores, so it has little cores that handle all the little stuff in the background, and then ones that are used for heavy stuff like gaming. So I love my CPU. It's been running fantastic, way better than the CPU I had before. And let's look at some of the review pictures to get to the nitty-gritty stuff. So it's not uncommon for you to have problems with pre-built PCs that are thrown together really, really fast and not always tested. So there are a lot of, like, this guy, poor guy's got a bad GPU. It isn't the end of the world. You would just send it off and they probably send you a new one pretty fast. It is a deep cool cooler. They just changed the interface, which is actually the same cooler that I use. I have no idea what's going on with that, guys. That does not look normal. Oh, it's a reflection of his ceiling. Oh, He's got popcorn ceiling. That's what that is, I imagine. Odd. But if you look at these people's pictures, I don't know why they have like a shroud thing to block the fans. I don't know why they did that. That's just not. That's pretty similar to the graphics card I had, and it's crazy. The graphics card they put in these things are actually quite good. If you look at all the pictures, like that EVGA one is the one that I would pick. I think the worst one I've seen is the MSI, which isn't bad. It's just a little bit noisy and it gets pretty hot. You can change the thermal paste pretty easy. The EVGA one is probably my favorite. It's not for the Win edition, but it's not bad. The Gigabyte one is nice, and then one person actually got the Gigabyte one in white. That one was completely sold out when I went to go buy mine. Let's see. It looks pretty clean. Most people don't complain about it. I would love to say that every computer's gonna be great, but because they don't test each one of these things, they throw it together and send it to you. Sometimes you're the one that gets stuck with the crappy one. As long as you order from Best Buy or Amazon, they should be pretty nice about getting it back to you. I've never ordered directly from CyberPower, but I imagine they're not going to be as willing to do take-backs or be understanding. They don't have as much profit as Amazon or Best Buy, so they can't be making cuts. Wow. Yeah, like some of these GPUs are blowing me away. Like I was expecting like crappy stuff like Zotac or the No Name, just like crappy 3070s. So you'll be able to run every single game. I know for a fact you can play Warzone at least 144 FPS around for the most part. I get that with my 3070 Ti. We'll play Warzone on low settings at 1920 by 1080. Sometimes I even get up to like 190. So I would say that it would be good for a 144 hertz monitor on almost every game that you play. There's really nothing that you need upgrades for. Like if it's already coming with the fans. It's weird though, because that guy's fans are up top and his aren't shooting off to the side. It is a 244 millimeter, and the fans are actually facing the right way. Well, this guy's is over here. So I would probably say the only upgrade is grab two regular, it doesn't have to be RGB fans, just two regular fans to help keep air flowing. I'd actually move the liquid cooler up top and get two fans up front. But this guy has his tubes going that way and has two fans. Very weird that it just doesn't show that on this. So I wonder if it already comes with the fans. If it comes with the fans, fantastic. It's a smart move, because it's not very much money for them, and it makes people a lot happier if they don't have to do any upgrades or open up their computer whatsoever. But honestly, for $1,329, I would say that it's a really good PC. It's higher end. It should last you quite a while. Everything is replaceable. You don't have to keep this keyboard and mouse. Those things are awful. I still can't believe they're still using those. Those are the keyboard and mouse that I got back with my 2016 CyberPower computer. Surprised they haven't changed yet. But yeah, I would say that it's a solid buy.